What's up, guys? Happy hump day. Hope you guys are doing all right. Man, we had this big storm last night. If you guys were in the pre-lock Discord, you heard the thunder rattling the walls. And we were fine. And then once again, Spectrum Internet for the lose. So I wanted to be live for the last 90 minutes. And then I was thinking, heck, it's just not going to happen today. But then it started working. So, what are we going to do? What's up, Nate? What's up, Brad? What's up, Corey? What up, Chester? What up, Ryan, KJ, Robert, Beast Bets? Hope you guys are around game time. Let's go. What up, Eric? Big Slate, only gun can cover it the right way. I'm going to try and do it faster, too, because we did lose that out a little bit of time. Here, what up, Dez? Rubio time. What up, Great Kid? They're going to stick Wiggins on Dame just like they did SGA? Nah, come on. Nah. Maybe. MJ still to go. Oh, yeah. What are you, tinfoil hat wearing? LeBron gets the record. The easiest over on 31.5 points of my life. And then they still lose the game, and he sits in crunch time. What are you gonna do? All right, let me make sure we got all the screens up, because we're gonna have to make this an expedited process, but we still want to do it the right way, right? So let me get. Let's get the market. Do we have PrizePicks? We don't have PrizePicks open. What are you gonna do? We have Spectrum. I hate Spectrum. And I said I can't raise hell about it, because I literally can't threaten to cancel. Because there's no other high-speed internet alternative for me where I live. So it's just like, you ever seen Liar Liar? He's like, you know what I'm going to do about this? I'm going to piss and moan, because if I take you to small claims court, you probably wouldn't even show up. You know, like, I can't do nothing. You scratched my car. Good movie, dog. I have to watch that. What up, Shane? What up, Josh? That hat is hiding Gun's third eye. No, it's the tinfoil, bro. We covering this. Because if I don't leave the tinfoil on, the government will have me believe that LeBron James will purposely not to break the record so he could wait until Thursday or whatever the theory was yesterday. What's up, Eric Hudson? Hope you're doing all right. Still lost the Thunder. What can you do? There's J. Cole. Jermaine Cole. Mr. Nice Watch. All right, let's get caught up on some news here. Right quick. Let's go second screen. Yeah. All right, Donovan Mitchell, questionable. Darius Garland, questionable. Joel Embiid, questionable. Bradley Beal, questionable. Kyle Kuzma, questionable. And speeding. Kyrie Irving, expected to debut. Keldon Johnson, questionable. Robert Williams, questionable. Al Horford, questionable. Monte Morris, questionable. Gobert, questionable. Kyle Anderson, questionable. Jordan McLaughlin, questionable. DeMar DeRozan, questionable. There's a lot of questionables. Alex Caruso, probable. Patrick Williams, that's for tomorrow. So a lot of questionables. Could be some injury maintenance. We see a lot of this. We see tomorrow's the trade deadline, right? So a couple of those guys might be on the list. And then right before the All-Star break, a lot of people kind of, feeling that summer blues. And sometimes we see guys get rested, injury maintenance to get that extended break. So we'll see if that rears its ugly head, but I think we'll be all right. Let's open up the RunDFS.com NBA VIP spreadsheet and get things cracking. I also need to open up this screen and this screen. There we go. Gotta wait until Thursday with a TNT game? Nah. I just can't. I couldn't see somebody making the conscious decision mid-game to wait. And then I also said yesterday, it's like the Lakers aren't guaranteed to win that game. You know what I mean? It was only a 6-point spread. What's up, Crispy? Hope you're doing all right. Elijah says, how's my picks? Şengün, Eubanks, Jabari Smith? Jalen Smith? I don't know. Jonathan Kuminga, Gary Trent, Tyler Hero, Gabe Vincent, LaMelo Ball, Damian Lillard. Oof. What is that, Elijah? Like that's not a DFS roster, right? There's no way. Yeah, I don't know what you got, Elijah. There's that can't be a DFS roster. You hit 6 picks with LBJ. Let's go. A PRA under. Okay. Man, what I think you know what I had yesterday? I was playing some No House and I took Jalen Williams, Len from the Thunder under Rhymes. He smashed the over, and then somebody else went. Oh, Herb Jones. Everybody back. Herb Jones, sit down, bro. Sit down. And he hits his over on PRA. Jack me up. What are you gonna do? Jabari Smith, should I swap something? Your fantasy picks. Elijah, what format is that? Because that doesn't read like a DFS lineup, you know? And if it does, like Şengün, Eubanks, Jabari Smith, Kuminga, Trent, and then I don't know, man. All right, let's go game by game here. Pistons at the Cavs. Project starting 5 for the Pistons: Jaden Ivey, Alec Burks, Bojan Bogdanovic, Isaiah Stewart, Jalen Duren. Taking on Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Isaac Okoro, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, 2-1.5 with an 11-point spread in favor of the home team, Cleveland Cavaliers. So we did have Garland and Mitchell with notes on them, but I didn't see them on that report from the dog. So let's double check. Cleveland. There we go. Double Q's. On FanDuel, it gave me $60,000 to spend. Oh, like you listed Şengün first, so like I thought it was like, you know what I mean? Right thumb soreness added to the injury report. Cool. Donovan Mitchell, left groin soreness, questionable play against the Pistons. So I guess there's a potential that one, if not both, of Garland and Donovan Mitchell could sit this game. 11-point spread. So I don't know if that line's already kind of considering that outcome. If one or both sit, Karis LeVert immediately becomes an interesting value play, and then Ricky Rubio jumps forward. Pistons been running that double twin tower front court. If we lose a Donovan Mitchell, I'll say this: if it's Donovan Mitchell out and Darius Garland in, let's not forget that we saw a little bit of a burst of Evan Mobley offensively during that stretch with Mitchell down a couple weeks ago. So let's see if we can't put some quantifiable numbers on that, or if the site maybe just slow it. This site might be run by Spectrum today. Going around point with MPJ, right? It felt weird, but also like Murray was out, but yeah, it just felt like whatever. I took MPJ as soon as that happened. I took MPJ over 15.5 real points, and he like crushed that in the first quarter. It was crazy. Garland. This site may not be working for us today. We might just have to go off of our brains. And if you trust me, we saw Evan Mobley second on the team in usage, even above the chalkier Karis LeVert during that stretch that Donovan Mitchell was down. There we go. Look at that. Darius Garland 29%, Evan Mobley 25%, and Karis LeVert 20%. It's like an encyclopedia up here of obscure usage rates. So if we saw Garland in and Donovan Mitchell out, I kind of like the thought of Evan Mobley exposure, maybe in looser, deeper field tournaments. He is going to cost you on FanDuel. It's going to cost you on DraftKings. But this is a solid matchup. Pistons allow amongst the most points in the paint in the league. So if he's going to end up taking more shots, I'm in. And then also perhaps, possibly, potentially, we attack a point prop. We don't get no props for the Cavs. Cool. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait for that news to develop. On the Pistons side, it's a negative matchup really for the whole situation. It's a pace down spot. It's a great defense. So this is already a pretty saturated minute rotations for the Pistons. I do think individually you get a little bit of oomph for potential on a price point for one guy in a vacuum, and Alec Burks, so Bojan, guys like that. But no warm and fuzzies through and through. I couldn't see myself wanting to have more than one Piston in the lineup anyway, so I might just set that parameter to allow some of these guys that can pay off individual price points. But the Cavs should be pretty interesting once that news settles and we start understanding who's actually in. If everyone's in, I have really no front end interest. Garland, I think, still has some room at his price point, and Donovan Mitchell's been kind of slacking. But if we lose a Mitchell, and I think it's possible, then yeah, I'm in on Mobley, Garland, and LeVert always pops up as chalk in that scenario. It's kind of hit or miss. Chalk, Karis LeVert, DKP by game log without Donovan Mitchell last 10 games. And I think it's just everyone expects him to replace Mitchell's production, but that's not truly the case here. Like we said, LeVert goes to a 20% usage rate, so he's still going to be worth clicking, but I do think he becomes overvalued by the field every time this happens. Karis LeVert 18, 25, 30, and there's 37 and 41. Like, that's the outcomes that you want, and this might have been a stretch. Let's see, Cleveland and Mobley played that game. All right, cool. So that's how I'm playing that one, and we'll move on. Anyone attracted to the Okoro prop? What is it? I didn't even see any. I guess it was just Mobley. Cleveland. I'm not seeing any Cavs props. That line hasn't moved since the news on my book, so something smells. Okay. Good picks though, Elijah. If that's a DFS lineup, like for DraftKings, I feel like on a slate this big, you got too many guys on the same team, if that makes sense. Like, you're going Şengün and Jabari Smith, and then you're going Tyler Hero and Gabe Vincent. Then Drew Eubanks. That can't be a draft, dude. That doesn't. I guess it does. You typed it so randomly. There's no Cleveland props yet. Could be a Jetty night, maybe. Hate playing Levert. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do it. D'Lo to the Lakers? Nah. Wait a minute. Let's read it. Shams. The Lakers, Jazz, and Timberwolves are in discussions on a 3-team deal that would send D'Angelo Russell to the Lakers, Russell Westbrook, and draft compensation such as a first-round pick to the Utah Jazz, and Mike Conley to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Interesting. Wizards hosting the Charlotte Hornets. Project starting 5 for the Hornets: LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, PJ Washington, Mason Plumlee taking on Monte Morris, Bradley Beal, Kyle Kuzma, Kristaps Porzingis, Daniel Gafford. 235.5 total. 4-point spread in favor of the home team, Washington Wizards. Bradley Beal, Kyle Kuzma, both the guys to watch. So let's go pull up Washington. You know, I made some Kool-Aid, and I forgot to put it on my desk before we went live. Back tightness for Monte Morris. Bradley Beal with Wizards head coach reported, blah, blah, blah. Left foot soreness, questionable. Kyle Kuzma, ankle sprain, questionable. This slate's fun. All right, so we've seen Kuzma sit a couple games in his absence, and actually we saw Beal and Kuzma sit the last game, right? Then Kispert and Advia started, so we expect Porzingis to lead the charge in usage in that split. It's a 4-point spread in favor of the injury-riddled Wizards, so I guess much like the Cavs situation, we gotta wait and see. I guess we'd have to prioritize some Porzingis in this matchup, all things considered. If we lost the Kuzma and or a Beal, more so Kuzma for me moves the needle. But yeah, not much we can do here. But I think it's kind of a cookie cutter situation though. If Beal, all right, let's fudge it. Let's just do it all. Let's just do it all for taking notes. I feel like I handed over a pound of flesh just to reserve roses being delivered for Valentine's. Need some PrizePicks money. Bruh, those floors, bro, this is what they live for. Get that 800% markup. The 1-800-Flowers coupons I've been getting for 8 years in my email, bro. Let's put Porzingis. So Porzingis is the one guy that seems like he's going to be all right. So let's take off Kuzma. Problem isn't Westbrook, it's AD and LeBron playing no defense. I think the problem is those pieces just don't fit together, right? You can have 2-3 very beautiful puzzle pieces or puzzles, right? When you mix up the pieces, they're not going to build a picture because they don't fit together. Westbrook, my favorite player in the league, was never the fit for the Lakers. Like, they just had a men's slumber party and thought, hey, we could make this work. No, you guys need perimeter shooting. And I don't know. So it is what it is. But I'd be glad to see Westbrook out of there. Porzingis 1.34 fantasy point per minute on both DK and FanDuel, 29% usage. That's just straight up without Kuzma. So that's moving the needle for me no matter what. Bradley Beal has been kind of stagnant in terms of minutes played. So even if Beal played and Kuzma was out, I don't know that I'd be that enthralled with him because he's been so close to 30 minutes, but he can still get you that 40 plus. So he would probably be in the tier 3 list of players for me. It's rough out here. If we lose Beal and Kuzma, and I don't know that this 4-point spread holds up. If that was the case, then Deni Avdija looks really intriguing for me. And then I hate playing Kispert, so maybe Monte Morris. What's the splits here if we can get behind Beal? What does Monte do? And Monte is questionable, so maybe DeLon Wright. Dude, this is gonna be one of those slates, ain't it? What's up, Jake? What's up, Vic? Am I missing anybody? Dang lazy mofo. Westbrook never fit. That's the thing. And so now Westbrook is the fall guy for the whole situation, and it's just like everyone with a brain knew that like it wasn't gonna fit. Good lord, only Gafford is over a fantasy point per minute in this split. This is rough. Easy Jake. I'm betting on Clay to go off again tonight. I'm with that. March NBA DFS. It's feeling like it, right? All right, so we can't really make definitive decisions here on the Wizards, but Porzingis is going to be the guy that seems safe to attach ourselves to a little bit no matter what right now, and it's a plus matchup. Lots of fruitfulness in this front court. And then if we lose one or the other, but especially Kuzma, I'm in on Porzingis. What happens to the split if we lose just Beal and Kuzma stays? We don't do politics here, boys. Easy, just easy. Still pretty good. A little over $1.25. All right, on the Hornets side, so Burry in the lead, maybe. LaMelo Ball, 10K on both sides. I get him about a 50 fantasy point projection. And that's an interesting thought because I do wonder on a slate like this where there's a lot of pay-ups, a lot of name values. We got Kyrie not too far from LaMelo. So Lillard in a decent spot. Does LaMelo just kind of fall through the cracks in terms of ownership? Or are they all just pretty even in ownership? If so, I guess I can look at that. If so, what do we want to do with that? Because the opportunity of a 50 fantasy point game for LaMelo is coming in at single-digit % owned. And right now he's fourth on the raw fantasy point projections. Yeah, the process would have me there. Don't spill no more sugar. Don't do it. Westbrook would average a triple-double with the Jazz. Maybe. I would like... See, that would be a fun team. I like Westbrook on teams where you can spread them out. You give him Markkanen in the corner. You give him some Jordan Clarkson out there. I'd be cool with that. Kelly Olynyk even, bro. Just, that's my favorite type of Westbrook, where he can drive to the rack and just find one shooter on the outside. Beasley and Jared Vanderbilt to the Lakers sounds a lot better with D-Russ. They do. And D-Russ fits a lot what the Lakers have always needed. It's almost like they should have kept him, but I don't know. Pippin's got begging to the Lakers trade. Oh, man. Oof. Should I have more Vooch last night? Dude, Jokic, like, matched Vooch in, like, 17 minutes, bro. Jokic is crazy. What's up, Justin? My friend Justin, he's already got a girlfriend. And he's real cracked at gambling. I don't really have much else on this Hornets team that I want to prioritize. Sure, you can get away with some Rozier, I guess, in addition to some LaMelo. But, yeah. If Conley gets dealt somewhere else, then most likely he sits in Sexton and collects some props. Yeah, so because the stove is hot, you might expect Conley to not play tonight, right? So you're right. Even if the deal isn't done, like that's enough to make me wonder. Sixers and the Celtics project starting five for the Sixers: James Harden, DeAnthony Melton, Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, and Joel Embiid taking on Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Al Horford, and Robert Williams. 224.5 total 4-point spread. Favor the home team, Boston Celtics. Embiid with that usual tag. Horford and the Time Lord on the Celtics side with some tags. So Embiid, I'm not even going to entertain. We know the situation. He warms up, he plays, cool. On the Boston side, the double front court tag. Robert Williams is the more intriguing one for me. Robert Williams downgraded to questionable. Is a midday downgrade. So that's not good. And then Al Horford. So if Williams can't go, there's a couple of lineups they could throw out. One of them is like Horford at the 5, Tatum at the 4, or mixing Grant Williams. They really don't have beef. Like Embiid, yeah, this is be a tough spot. I do think the Celtics can scheme or tend to scheme well against some of these high usage one guys, but in this case, you just open up Harden. So, how has Embiid done against the Celtics historically? Where's stat view? Stat view. I don't have a stat view open. How, Sway? You got Hornets. Got Hornets 5. You mean you got the Hornets +5 on the money line? That's good. Embiid 72 came a couple years ago. So this season 53 and 37 minutes. Okay. I just kind of expect the Celtics to scheme high usage guys well enough. At 11.5K, Embiid's getting, mid 50 projection. So I probably don't warm and fuzzy him, but it certainly would be a path of less resistance if Robert Williams is down. And it looks like he's going to be closer to down than anything. For prop betting, I still don't. I think this pace is going to be enough that I just don't touch it for prop betting. Like on a slate this big, I want to attack some of the faster, sloppier defenses. This is a pace down spot. So even with Robert Williams down, and Williams probably represents 18% of total rebound opportunities. Maybe that's a little bullish. Let me see Robert Williams when he's on the court. Be 26 points or 10 boards. Probably the points. 18. God dang, it's freaking beautiful mind up here. 18% of total rebound opportunities. Yeah, so if that comes off the court, you might be able to dabble in other rebounds. So Tatum in this split 14% to Horford 11%. So let's take Williams off the court. Tatum won a single game of OKC versus Lakers in a 5-way person 270 bet for $12.50 on FanDuel. Won a single game. So it was a single game showdown. 5 entries, $270 entry fee, and you won $12.50. That's pretty cool, Nate. What up, Mitchell? Bet on NBA every day. New to fantasy. How do you go into creating your lineup? Seems you can get 1 or 2 expensive guys, then the rest like $5,000. Okay. If you're brand spanking new, just to absorb the concept of DFS, make your just to start, get a multiplier on your salary just to start. So 5x plus 10 fantasy points, I think, is a good starting point. Now, this isn't once you understand and you start absorbing more and more. So, for instance, if a guy is 5K for tournaments, what's 5x times that 5? 25 fantasy points plus 10, 35. You know what I'm saying? Just to get you started on understanding that you're not just clicking random names. You want that salary to pay off. And that's where I would start. That's just how I would just start understanding the salary cap format. Once you start, understanding roster construction and correlation in your lineups and yada yada yada, you understand that the multiplier isn't the end all be all, but it's a starting point to get you in the door. So that's where I would start. So for instance, tonight the studs like Joel Embiid, and on different size slates, the rules change a little bit. Floor means more, raw points means more. But for instance, tonight, Joel Embiid's 11.5K. So the 50 fantasy points is really, really nice. But that's not something I feel like I have to have at that price point. Now, if he drops one of those Embiid 70, 80s, that much raw points is likely going to be optimal. That's how I would start. I wish I had a little bit more time. But feel free to ask like nugget questions as you go. But that's how I would get things going. Do you think Gobert plays in back-to-back? Do you think both Cleveland guards sits? Little narrative there for Gobert. I thought he might sat last night, but yeah. Watch this show. Maybe. What was I doing, chat? Oh, we're looking at rebound rates for Robert Williams off, right? So Tatum 12%. He actually lost 2% in the rebound rate. That's crazy. 11% for Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown takes a little bit of a spike. All right, but I'm not gonna deal with any of that. So Jaylen Brown's kind of cheap on both sides, really. Looking for 40 plus. I can get behind that. Tatum's getting a similar projection to Embiid. You know how we roll with the Celtics, man. Usually, for me, it's one or the other. I think there's a little bit of coexistence, but I need a little bit more lean on the ceiling for Tatum in this spot. This isn't 9K Tatum. This is 11K, so I probably keep them apart. Who do you have dropping the most FanDuel points? If you don't mind me asking, just straight up raw points. I'm going to assume Embiid or Sabonis. Is that the guy? Sorting FanDuel. I got Sabonis at the top. Center's the toughest position for me to make decisions today. Bam and Gafford are in the best spots to me. Splitting the expensive and understanding the floors with Zingas out there. Yeah. Kessler going for 50, maybe. Pacers at the Heat. Project starting 5 for the Pacers. Tyrese Haliburton, Andrew Nembhard, Buddy Hield, Aaron Naismith, Miles Turner taking on Gabe Vincent, Tyler Hero, Caleb Martin, Jimmy G. Buckets, Bam Adebayo, 223.5 total, 7-point spread. For the home team, Miami Heat, we got a relatively clean sheet for the Pacers. Injury report, just Chris Duarte on the Miami Heat. We've got, for Heat standards, almost relatively clean. Orlando Robinson, Gabe Vincent, the two names to watch. Kyle Lowry down, Victor Oladipo down. So more guard minutes here for Gabe Vincent, should he play. So let's go see how serious his tag is and go check out the Miami injury news and notes. Probable. All right, we're good. They got this Booyah kid, right? Is he going to be available instantly to troll our life? They picked him up last night or something. 10-day contract. Summer league. Blah, 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 blah. All right, cool. All right, maybe that could troll the situation here, but I don't think I expect him to come in and play meaningful minutes right off the bat. Right off the bat. I was thinking rip and bat at the same time. So Gabe Vincent's looking really nice at 34 minutes on a $4,300 price tag. I'm going to get into that. And then, yeah, you guys mentioned Adebayo's looking pretty decent. Adebayo has been a team leader in usage, surprisingly, maybe, with Hero, Butler, and him on the court. You would have expected Hero or Butler, but that hasn't been the case. So we'll put Butler, we'll put Hero, we'll put Adebayo. We'll take off Kyle Lowry. Lowry was looking rough on his way out. It's tough. Eat my shorts. Sabonis with a blowout. Yeah, that could take away from some of that. Adebayo, yeah, 24. Oh, no, it actually went down with Lowry off the court. So 24.6% usage rate. Not much to speak of in terms of a minute sample size, so we won't overreact to this. But it is a starting point. And Jimmy and Hero both at 27%. So all of them usable production rates. This 1.4 to 1.5 fantasy point per minute for Jimmy G, probably unsustainable. We might expect that to stabilize, normalize a little bit closer to 1.2. But they're all viable considering this matchup. Should we keep this game close enough, long enough, strong enough? What else can we pull away from this? So I'm gonna just let Kyle Lowry minutes exist, because Kyle Lowry just wasn't that guy in terms of usage. So I don't expect Vincent, or I don't expect the I don't know. I want a little bit more substance on minutes to kind of lean on assist rates. So yeah, we pull up to 500. In that split, that's where we see Bam was slightly edging out Butler and Hero. So it was a net negative, I guess, for usage and small sample for Bam, but it is what it is. So 21% assist rate on Jimmy. Pretty modest assist rates through and through, so I probably don't want to wedge anything in there. And then Gabe. I guess we should, man, put Gabe in the mix and go back to no Lowry. I was just trying to see if there would be a lean there for maybe a prop bet, but I don't think there is for me. Maybe we can get behind a rebound or something. Gabe, what is that? Jesus fudge. 0.6 fantasy point per minute on 11% usage rate. That doesn't seem like something that you want to jam in at crazy ownership. Good Lord. And then there's these 46s, right? So 25 against Indiana last time out. What are you guys doing with Gabe Vincent? Let's see the ownership on him. The highest owned player on today's slate on DraftKings.com. Remember the other night where Davion Mitchell was similarly owned with very similar pre-flop splits, except I think he was like 0.5, 11% usage. Again, just 60 minutes. I guess there's enough overlap on this team if we just want to elongate on the sample size, add more minutes. What's up, Earth to Air? Hope you're doing all right. Not much more in the sample size department. Still pretty low in the usage department. All right, so I think that's a strategic decision. If you can separate yourself from 30 to 40% of the field by fading him. It's a dangerous fade because if he just pops off because it's the Indiana Pacers, it happens. The projection's nice on him, but certainly hasn't been a model of consistency, and it looks like you could argue that he's fourth on this starting lineup in usage, so could go any which way, you know? Rather play Malachi Branham. I guess that's fair. I think a lot of people will just play both. I was just typing today's Davion Mitchell. Yeah, it could be. Gabe Vincent, 18 PRA under. Ooh, that's a lot. That's like half a PRA per minute on his minute projection. You know what I mean? So that's probably not going to be a fun sweat. 18.5 is the line. Just for fun. Let's see if people are touching that. Yeah, what up, Kiefer? Hope you're doing all right. Jones Jr., Derek Jones. Yeah, Derek Jones Jr. has been that guy for a year when he was with Miami, really. Vincent, 18.5. That's kind of a coin flip depending on where it's at too. Some books have it at 17. Dude, there's even juice on the under at 17.5 at, is it Caesars? That's funny. Yeah, I'm not. That's a bet that I want nothing to do with just because of how many minutes he's going to play. Whenever it's like significantly less than a PRA per minute, I don't want nothing to do with it unless I want the over. You know what I mean? Branham, yeah. What up, David? Hope you're doing all right. No, Jimmy probably goes off. Jimmy, yeah. So Jimmy's projection is pretty solid at this price point. The DraftKings price for Jimmy, love it. Matter of fact, I think that's bringing up a lot of ownership as well. And then Tyler Hero also has a lot of usage here. Do we think? What are we thinking on point props? Hero 22.5. It's. Ooh, I'm so good. I'm so good. 22.5 points is the prop for Tyler Hero. If we're implying him for what is over 110, I could see. Yeah, I could see that. What's the prop model tab got on Hero? 22.5. Okay, that's an appropriate line. And then Bam Adebayo rebounds, averaging 10 on the day. So he's probably at like 10.5, 11 on the boards, right? 10.5 on the money. So in that split, Bam has a 17% of the total rebound opportunities. Caleb Martin's a sneaky 13%. And the Pacers are really bad at defensive rebounding. So maybe a couple putbacks there for Adebayo. Gunnar, you're near the Texas Ranger Stadium. Just curious, wondering how much you see your Yankees when they come to Texas. No, I live in Waco, which is probably like 2 hours south of Arlington, and like 2 or 3.5 hours north of Waco. I have not. The only time I've seen a Yankees game in person was at old Yankee Stadium in 2008, 2007. Just watched this slate dissolve to a 30%. Luke Cornett. Oh my gosh. Hope not. Miami, Toronto, Portland mixes. Yeah. Kyrie going undervalued at the 11th spot on underdog drafts. Yo, AFC or Angelo, I don't know how are those drafts on underdogs? The snake drafts for NBA? I always want to try. Like, I love drafting, but I feel like in NBA, committing to like a snake draft this early with so much news, like it just feels. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels like it's maybe not that fun at the end of the night when all the news develops. Like, do you get to switch out? Raptors hosting the Spurs. Project starting 5 for the Spurs. Malachi Branham, Josh Richardson, Keldon Johnson, Keita Bates, Jakob Poeltl. Am I not Poeltl enough for the Poeltl Club? Fred VanVleet on the other side. Gary Trent, Scotty Barnes, Pascal Siakam, Precious Achiuwa. 232 is our total 11-point spread. For the home team, Toronto Raptors. Raptors, a couple of these names been attached to a couple trade rumors, so we'll see if there's any surprise bubble guts. But for now, Raptors should handily put down the Spurs, who have just not been a competitive unit in the last couple of games. I mean, they are limping. No Devin Vassell, no Sohan, no Trey Jones. And then Keldon Johnson has a tag on him. So we'll get to the bottom of the Keldon Johnson tag. Let's go to San Antonio. Super Bowl 4-man. So for football, I think for football it makes more sense to me. But I feel like for NBA, because of how volatile the news is, you know, you get the late swap, and then is it fair? You know what I mean? When your first round pick gets scratched, you know what I mean? Keldon Johnson, questionable. Keljo? Is his nickname Keljo? I'm not calling him Keljo. His mama named him Keldon. I'm going to call him Keldon. Alright, so we'll see if he can play. Should he not be able to play? Yeah, you guys are looking at Branham, Josh Richardson. I guess we're going to look at the last couple games for the San Antonio Spurs. Master of Disguise. Yeah, Dre. I don't even think I've actually watched that movie. I just remember that from the commercial. Malachi? Let me just, instead of taking everybody off, let me just put the last, February 1st, and just kind of see who's doing what. LeBron's not going to get the record tonight. He's going to take it light. Patrick, you know, I didn't say that. So KJ's at 25%, J Rich 17%. This is just ugly, bro. How does Jakob Poeltl lead the team in assist rate by a wide margin? Stanley Johnson in less minutes at 20. Dude, this is just. Didn't Stanley Johnson used to play for the Raptors? You guys want to just make obscure reasons to play Spurs today? This is nasty. Right now, with these Cleveland guard on Q tags, I'm going after Mobley and Allen. Because if you do go ahead and it's like that, yup. Swaps players that don't play. I got a level 4 guy for my top. Also, there's different levels. So, like, if a Luka got scratched, you're not stuck with, like, I don't know, a Jordan Goodwin. You know what I mean? There's risk, but a cheap way to gain leverage if you answers. Okay. I have to check it out. We're checking out some of these streams. I've done some of their baseball snake drafts. Those are a little bit more fun. And I was able to do that with the stream because it's baseball. But for NBA, it's just such a fluid, moving situation that I don't know. It's scary. Chad, what are y'all doing with the Spurs? If we just go off of minutes here, J Rich is probably intriguing. I guess they're all intriguing as a tier 3. I might cap the Spurs at 2. It's like a spot where you know they suck, they're going to get smacked, but someone's got to play minutes, and minutes equal money. I don't want to play Stanley Johnson. I really don't. Supposed to get a comparable guy, but they're fixed. Okay. Let me look at ownership on Spurs and get a general idea what the field might be doing. J. Rich is up there. Pirtle is up there. This is nasty. You're telling me we got 0.6 fantasy point per minute Gabe Vincent with a lot of ownership. And then we got this Spurs unit attached to like top 20% of ownership. Haywood Highsmith is up here. Fudge, bro. Fudge, bro. Can baseball hurry up? Good Lord. Not touching the Spurs tonight. That's fair. Props where it's at, though. Yeah, we have a partnership with them for props. Well, for everything, but props is the main thing. By the way, chat, we're gonna have a couple of new partnerships to unroll for you guys to take advantage of in the next week. How you feeling about that Tyone move? I'm a Cubs fan. Feel optimistic. Yeah, I'm fine with it. We replaced Tyone with Carlos Rodon. I love Jameson. Don't get me wrong. I'll take Carlos Rodon though. I feel like it's a fade game. All right. On the Raptors side though, there's got to be some juice here. The Spurs suck diddly uck. All right. So fantasy point wise, we're getting 45 on Van Vliet. Gary Trent's actually popping for a decent ROI. Siakam's doing well, and Achua. So let's go pull up. I think we were saying Achua had like dumb, stupid rebound rates, right? So let's put Achua. Let's elongate this back to the beginning of the season. Let's take off Anunoby. Congrats. Hey, man. It's for y'all. No, it's a couple new sites we'll cover. Have some fun. I like to have many options. You know how they say at this sports book you get this, blah, blah, blah. Well, we need to diversify our portfolio too, so been hard at work to do that. Some of these I already had established. I just never really had time or whatever to drop it, so we'll see. It's a one-man show here. 16% of the total rebound opportunities for Precious Achua with Anunoby off. Let's go ahead and put Siakam on the court with him to see if that number goes far enough backwards. Still stays at 16.7%. So do we have an Achua rebound prop that maybe we'd attack? 8 rebounds? Really? All right. I mean, 13% is not like a crazy number, but that's an interesting number. Memphis is a tough matchup. Was he in foul trouble in Houston? Let's see. Achua. 8 rebounds feels fluff or light. 29. He fouled out in 29 minutes against Houston. Utah just didn't work. I'm kind of interested in this. What's the market at on Achua? You like underdog? Yeah, I like underdog. I have it. I play on underdog. And we have stuff set up with them too. But I've never done like the snake drafts other than baseball. So 7.5. The line was 7.5, and it moved to 8. So I guess this is pushable. Pushable. 28.5 is the fantasy projection. I'm at 34. So a little bit of leeway on that, and it is a spot. All right, I like the 8. We'll see. We'll see. You think that's a fade game other than Fred VanVleet as well? Yeah, VanVleet's been killing it as of late too. I know the Raptors play a Bufu a minute, but if it does blow out, like there is a path for like Delano Banton, Chris Boucher, you know what I mean? Guys like that, Malachi Flynn. So I don't know. Probably a pass. I'm with you. I cried when the Cubs finally won. They tore it down. Hope the kids ain't another. Well, I'm glad we got Anthony Rizzo from you guys to cherish, because that guy is amazing. Kings at the Rockets. Project starting 5 for the Kings. De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Huerter, Harrison Barnes, Keegan Murray, Domantas Sabonis taking on Jalen Green, Eric Gordon, Kenyon Martin Jr., Jabari Smith, Alperen Sengun. 239.5 total. 9-point spread in favor of the Sacramento Kings. Another kind of door open for lopsidedness, but this is a run back of what we just saw, right? Yeah, last game, and it was a 20-point smackarooski, and Sabonis only played 32 minutes versus like a 38, so 5-6 minutes. He wasn't heavy foul trouble. That's something to keep an eye on, but was flirting with a triple double. So right now he is leading the slate for me in raw fantasy point projections, but I understand any type of pushback. I also think that was Eric Gordon out that last game? I don't know if that's gonna move the needle a lot, but maybe a little bit. No, he played that game. All right. What we did lean on in that game for props was Şengün's assist. And Şengün's assist is still at 5. I mean, I think we had it at 4.5 that night. And I think it was a late bloomer. But what we have seen this season is Şengün's assist rate dramatically goes up when Jalen Green was back. So we had that little stretch where Jalen Green was out. And it was just Şengün in the Sunshine game. So I think we might still have some room to like Şengün's assist prop. So let's paint that picture for those of you that maybe haven't been around for that. Let's take KPJ off. So I'm gonna do two things. One, let's just run with Jalen Green off, and then one with Jalen Green on. What up, RC? Hope you're doing all right. Tatum over 9 rebounds seems solid. All right, so Şengün with KPJ and Jalen Green off had a 20.6% assist rate. And then if we put Jalen Green on the court, I think it goes up 5%, maybe 6. There we go. Yeah, 25.6%, so about 5.5%. So it is a net positive for his assist rate. So let's go to assists. Let's see what the market's at on that. But I think I can land with the over. All things considered, the pace up spot here, the total, all that good stuff. Şengün is at 5.5 in some markets. I guess it got steamed down a little bit, but I still like the over. I ain't no punk. This happened to me yesterday. I was on Trae Young's assist, and then the market was moving it down, and he had he cleared it in the first half. I was like, well, sometimes I don't understand the market, you know. He had like 14 assists at the end of the day. So I like Şengün's assist. And then this is the laziest research, but just out of curiosity. Şengün assist by game log with Jalen Green. Let's go last 10 games. 7.5 free throws too for them Sabonis fouls. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. One game where he went 15 minutes. Every other game in the last 10 with Jalen Green, 6+. Why are we not smashing the over 5? We are. Let them do what they want to do. Let's put it on the list. You know what happens, Şengün, with Jalen Green back? Huh? You just made the list. Over 5 assists. Boom. Add it to the tally. Books move it the wrong way. Maybe. Sometimes sharps are wrong. Sometimes they're right. A lot of times they're right. But like yesterday was, and the same thing. So yesterday was the Trae Young assist was going backwards, and I'm going forward. And then the LeBron James point prop was going backwards, and I'm going forward. And like my brain can't figure out why either one of those happened. I can understand volatility in Trae Young. The LeBron thing I didn't get. Like that narrative that he would wait was just what? For DFS, Şengün 8K on FanDuel, 8,400 on DraftKings, getting 40+ fantasy point projection. I'm in on that. Jalen Green under 7K certainly has 40+ fantasy point potential if this game can stay competitive. Jabari Smith, solid projection coming back on that, and then Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox. So Keegan Murray's like predictably unpredictable. Tony Snell one night. I mean, look at this last 2 games, just incredible. But it's a solid matchup. So like, if he stayed at like 5% or less ownership, whatever. If you dropped a dab at him in like 150 lineups, it's just a good spot. It's a good spot for everyone. We see this happen. But give me Şengün, Green, Fox, Sabonis on the front end of 20 lineups. You know what I mean? And 150, then we start getting a little bit more crazy with it. What up, Squeak? What's up, Bino? And he took one down. I've been on a 3-day profit streak since my YouTube. Been pulling you back up. I appreciate that, man. Welcome back. He was at 5.5. They dropped it to 5. That's what I'm saying. It's going backwards, and I don't understand the justification for it. You know what I mean? There's also a huge narrative from Fantasy Pro saying AD was the best pay up on the slate. I'm not going to dunk anyone for thinking Anthony Davis against the Thunder was a great spot. I had AD. But it was just like the prop wise. I didn't. Like, literally, when LeBron James 32.5 dropped at, like, midnight the night before, I was like, let's go get it, boys. Let's go. I expect it to be 35.5 by the time it locks. And then when I woke up, it went down to 31.5. And I was like, huh? Like, how is this happening? So, that felt like a taco to me. But the AD thing, whatever. I don't think that was narrative. 5.5 at plus 105 on DK. So, I mean, their line is still 5.5, huh? Looking at the market, DK is not on here. I was going to say, you might wait because it might go down to 5 because there's still some steam on the under on 5.5. But I guess positive plus money is plus money. But I love the straight up 5, right? Like, that's an incredible opportunity. So, that might move. T-Wolves at the Jazz. Project starting 5 for the T-Wolves. D'Angelo Russell crossing over with Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels. Kyle, the Andersons got tickets to the game? How'd they get tickets? Rudy Gobert taking on Mike Conley, Jordan Clarkson, Larry Marketing, Kelly Olynyk, Walker Kessler Ranger. 236 total, 5.5 point spread in favor of the Utah Jazz. So, we saw it. Shams getting in it. What are these updates, by the way? They're not populating. So if you guys missed it earlier, Shams threw out a tweet. Shams tweeting it. There's got to be some steam behind it. 3-team deal could involve D. Russ, Westbrook, and Mike Conley. It's not official, but this game involves 2/3 of that trade. Could we see those two not play this game? We're getting close to the deadline. Deadline's tomorrow. I would say, sit on the edge of your chair here. If you lose D-Russ, you might jump on some Jalen Noel. Jump up on usage for Edwards. It's already a tough spot. Back-to-back Denver to Utah. I think that's the toughest back-to-back in basketball. Maybe Utah to Denver, the opposite. But that's rough. And on the Jazz side, if we lose Conley, you might see Clarkson, you might see Colin Sexton, Malik Beasley, guys like that get extra minutes here. So if you are playing tonight and you plan to have exposure to this game, or just maybe want to keep an eye out for potential value popping up later, keep an eye on that situation because there could be more to it. Let me open up Underdog to see if these last two tweets were anything special. It's Utah Watanabe, questionable. Watanabe. No PrizePicks in Ohio. Yo, that's the most Ohio thing ever. And then Dayron Sharp. So we didn't get any news for today. All right, cool. Wait. Booyah, Jamal Cain active. All right, cool. Straight up as is, if this game runs, it is an uphill spot for the T-Wolves. A little narrative there for Rudy Gobert. He's been limping into games with that groin injury. Colin Anderson does have a tag on him, so let's go check what that's about. But it does feel like this could get squirrely. Anderson's back spasms, and then for Utah, did Utah have one that I needed to? Vanderbilt's been in the trade block as well. And I saw a report that he went through shooting around earlier, but I wouldn't expect him to play unless he did. So let's run some on-offs here. Let's go to Minnesota. Let's just, out of curiosity, let's throw Edwards on. Let's put Russ and Cat off. And this is in the potential chance that D-Russ is either dealt or just rested because the deal's being processed for this game. If that happens, I could see this line really shifting. It's a really tough spot for the Timberwolves. If it was any other team, I would expect a larger spread. 1.4 fantasy point per minute, 34% usage. Assist rates at 23. Okay. And then we know on the other side if Conley can't go, what are we thinking? Clarkson picks up a little bit more ball handling. Let's see, Conley. Let's put Clarkson in marketing. Just kind of. Here, what up, Ariel? Hope you're doing all right. 300 plus of the coolest cats in our community chilling right now. Only 58 likes. I feel like we could do better. Can we steam to 100 right quick? Yeah, that would be great. So in that split, Clarkson is at 30% usage, 28% usage with a 20% assist rate. Wait, I literally took Conley off. Excuse me. There we go, no Conley there. All right, so Clarkson at 26% assist rate, 28% usage rate. So could we have a surprise boost to $6,500 Jordan Clarkson midway through the slate? He's already projecting decently well. Decent enough spread or total end spread. Maybe. Let's look at some of his game logs without Conley. Jordan Clarkson, DKP, game log without Mike Conley. Let's go last 15 games. 75 likes just like that. You guys are the best. 40, 40, 40. A couple 40s in there. What about these assist numbers? 1 against Orlando. Yikes. 9-3. All right, assists are all over the road. But the fantasy production, I do like. So I might get into some Clarkson late swappage midway through the night. And then Colin Sexton at 3,800. So here's one. You guys, we're looking at Gabe Vincent, right? What's Colin Sexton bringing to the table here? Or do we even expect him to benefit? 0.87 points per minute, 22% usage. That's better than 0.6. How has his minutes looked? I don't know that there's a ton of sample size here. 26, 21, 25. So nothing major. But a couple high 20s. In the minutes, 24, 27, 31. Could be a pivot. Could be a risky pivot from this far out, but could be something to keep in the back of your mind. Malik Beasley, kind of the same thing. What was the starting lineup the last time we've seen some Conley down? Let's go to January. So Malik Beasley was starting those games. So it looks like Beasley was, no, Sexton started this game too, but that was without Markkanen. Are they both without Markkanen? No, just that one. So it looks like Beasley is in front of Sexton in the chance that Conley is out. Let's go look at a couple more. Sexton first half, Brought was at 5.5. They took it down. So Sexton started this game and Beasley came off the bench. But that was Vanderbilt. But that Vanderbilt Kessler shouldn't matter here. So I would say there's a little bit of volatility, but it seems like it would be either Sexton or Beasley, and we've seen both. The most recent one was Beasley, but it's not impossible for Sexton to pick up a start, but also maybe just benefit from minutes no matter what. If this Conley stuff comes to fruition, they might give Conley a I'm leaving game, but we'll see. Marking it on FanDuel, give me that. And then, we spent a lot of time on that. You guys know anything about Gobert? Narrative, back-to-back, Denver, Utah, altitude. I don't think I am. Kessler's been, really, really good. So I'll just take some of those. All right, we've got a couple more games left, so we'll try and make it fast. I do want to drop a plug, rundfs.com. We'll be in the Discord following this stream. Click VIP memberships if you guys want to be part of the premium Discord. We got week passes, 2-week passes, month passes, all-star pass, and the year pass. The all-star break, I think this is really timely here. This will get you locked in until July 11th, I want to say. That's the baseball all-star game, so you're going to get the first half of baseball, the rest of basketball. And we're dialing up some NASCAR stuff, but I don't want to like put that as a sticker tag sport that for content, but we're working on NASCAR. So and then people in the Discord play everything. So if you want to be part of the premium community, jump into rundfs.com, click VIP memberships. Boom. Once you upgrade, this will open the VIP portal. Just find the link to the Discord. You can get everything you need through the Discord, the links to the spreadsheets, projections, and the player pools, all that good stuff. And then before lock, I'll be right here in the NBA voice chat. You guys are free to jump in there, and we'll shoot the breeze. I'm sure Raj will show up today and say some dumb stuff and somehow start another LeBron MJ debate, but it is. You think Gobert assists today? It's very possible. What up, Timmy? What's the value looking like? I got crushed last night. Value is all over the place right now, and I still think there's a lot of news to develop, especially in some of these early games. The Cavs could open up Rubio, but Gabe Vincent's looking like the most trendiest value. Colin Sexton, I'm talking myself into, and maybe it's more just moving pieces with the rumors. Hayward Highsmith is grabbing ownership, but yeah, there's a lot of eel names in the value sort right now, so hopefully news will settle with enough time. But we are less than 24 hours from the trade deadline, so we just might get bombs throughout the afternoon, throughout the evening, and then value really comes up, and then that's when it could be real fruitful to be on your late swap grind tonight, Hope my boy Denny takes down the ship. Now, Denny Hamlin, let's go. Did you guys see the Kyle Busch gun thing with Mexico? That's crazy. Not 100%, but I think Beasley and Vanderbilt may be included with the deal. That's fair, James. I think that the 3-team deal, there could be a lot of names. So maybe that helps us out on our Colin Sexton hunch, So I can be down with that. What's up, Aaliyah? Sexton's first half prop was taken down. Let's see. Actually, is Utah even just like... We got some. We don't have like Clarkson. None of the guards are there. So that's a good shout, Aaliyah. Utah. Yeah, it's just the bigs here. So there might be some motion in the ocean going on down there. All right, Mavericks at the Clippers. Project starting 5 for the Mavs: Kyrie Irving, Josh Green, Tim Hardaway, Reggie Bullock, Dwight Powell taking on Terrence Mann, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Morris, and Ivica Zubac. 220.5 total. 8-point spread in favor of the Clippers. Kyrie Irving making his debut. Would fully expect him to have similar usage that he had with Brooklyn before when everyone was down. So we're going to put 30% on that, right? And you just look at this cast of characters around him. This is tough. I mean, this is tough. So what do we do with that? I'm getting about a 50 fantasy point projection here. Probably expect him to, as long as this game stays competitive. Bing bong.
Brandon Whitney super chatted $5. What's up, Gundagger? Who are the top 3 pay-up options for tonight? Thanks for the info.
Top 3 pay-up options. So Sabonis was looking real juicy for me. Man, I kind of like Damian Lillard. If we lose Kuzma and Beal, I think this is such a moving piece question. Like a lot of variables here, moving variables. Porzingis could look really good if Beal and Kuzma, but if it's just Kuzma, I'm in. So I guess give me Sabonis. Short-term answer. I understand it could change. Give me Sabonis, Lillard. I'll take Porzingis from this far out. Yeah, I'll go with those 3 for now. Appreciate the dono, Brandon. PJ Washington over on 3s. You think so? We'll get that. What up, Ellen? Upper assists over 5. We're going to lock it in. I'm on that, Ellen. That's me. That's a core for me. So give me Kyrie for DFS. So what are you guys thinking on Kyrie? Where's your comfort level here? You get a team that can just focus on him in defense. COD for life. Fortnite gang. No, welcome to the channel, COD. I don't think I'm gonna make Kyrie a priority on DraftKings because I think at his price point I could probably just get a similar range of outcomes with maybe a higher floor on like a Damian Lillard or possibly even a LaMelo, somebody like that. But I think the FanDuel, like, I get it, especially if he's shooting guard eligible as well, and he might be. I'll know in a minute. Another minute. Assist probably safest for Sengun or for Kyrie. Yeah, he's shooting guard eligible, so you can get there a decent clip, but I don't need to force it. What do we make of the Mavs here? And do we expect Christian Wood to be off the bench again for 26 minutes? Because you can give me Kyrie and Christian Wood together, I can make some stuff happen for fantasy. But that had me perplexed. But I get it. He just came back from injury, but I was also fully expecting him to start straight up. And then Jaden Hardy, do we keep him in the mix here, and do we expect him to continue to produce at a really high efficient level? There's a lot of unknowns with the Mavericks here, so I'm curious to see how you guys are tackling it as well, because I don't know that there's any wrong or right answers pre-flop. And then what are the books on Kyrie? 27.5. Okay, 6 assists. And fantasy wise, 44.5. 4.5 free throws. That's interesting. Apex Legends. Assist safest for Kyrie. Okay. I might be chilling on the sidelines trying to get some more information on that, especially for props. I'm okay with being there before everybody else on DFS, but for props, I just let that develop, because we also want to see if that pace picks up, and I feel like it has to. But Luka is the slowest player in basketball, and in this situation with Luka's not on the court, is Kyrie going to be more of a run and gun? Does it pick up a little bit, especially if the game flow is in the Clippers' hands here with an 8-point implied lead? You know what I mean? So we'll see. On the other side here, Paul George still at that can't quit. Well, I cannot quit you. The $8,400 price point on FanDuel for Paul George just will always project well. And today he's actually coming in for a slightly higher projection than Kawhi for me. So I think the FanDuel price point is too good to pass up. So I won't pass it up. And I don't really have a ton of interest in Kawhi from this far out. Zubac's intriguing. 6K, looking for 30 plus fantasy points. Very, very possible. And then we're down to one game. Kyrie has the green light. Not like he's coming over from injury. I agree with that, COD. 100%. I agree with that. But it is a different team. It's different coaching, different schemes, different plays. But I think, yeah, we could see a lot of ISO ball. But Kawhi Leonard knows that. I think people waiting for Kyrie once he goes off for flop, shows what his usage is and line will adapt. I agree. But I think even if it's 1-to-1 to Brooklyn, I would even, could you make a case that Tim Hardaway Jr., like, do you think of what he was, I guess Joe Harris, who was it, Kyrie, Joe Harris, Royce O'Neal, Ben Simmons, Nick Claxton? Like, Joe Harris was the only other, like, scorer other than Claxton just, like, dunking, you know? I feel like he has a similar squad here with Tim Hardaway Jr. maybe being a better converter than Joe Harris. Dallas got the wrong guy. Thomas killing it. Yeah, Cam Thomas is just nutty with it, right? All right, Warriors at the Blazers. Project 75 for the Warriors. Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, Kevin Looney. Taking a Dame Dollar, Anthony Simons, Josh Hart, Jeremy Grant, Drew Eubanks. 235 is our total. 2.5 point spread. Favor the home team, Portland Trailblazers. Cover boy Dame Dollar. Making money ain't new to him. Got him at a high 40s projection, about 50. So he came in top 4, top 5 in raw fantasy points, top 7. I'm a liar. So I'm interested in him because his usage has just been off the charts lately. So we need to do a couple things here because I think this is a fun late night hammer game. We still got the Steph Curry-less Warriors. Jordan Poole's price is still attackable. Probably needs to be at 8K before I start hesitating. Klay Thompson's price moved up after that nuclear game. So let's look at a couple things here. Let's start with the Warriors. Let's put Poole on. Let's put Klay on. And I'm going to put Dre too because I've been wanting to see what Dre's assist rate is. Because Dre's assist rate was actually lower than Poole's in the split this season without Curry. And then for some reason, Dre's assist prop was like too higher than Jordan Poole. And I was like, huh? That doesn't even make sense. What's up, Dave? Any word on Porzingis in the Wizards lineup? Not yet. A1. Boosted. Don't come to the YouTube chat if you're just gonna ghost me when I'm looking for people to play Fortnite with. Okay, you know what? Shoot, be gone. All right. 33% usage rate on Jordan Poole, 29% assist rate. Draymond's at a 22. So only 187 minutes of sample size there. I get it, but what about the props? What does Jaw think of all this? What's Jordan Poole's assist prop? 5? It's still at 5 against Portland. We're gonna add him to Alperen Sengun. Let's Jordan Poole assist by game log without Steph Curry last 10 games. 5 likes from 100. We ain't at 100. Come on, chat, help it out. 5+ in all but 2 of his last 8, and we've got 41 minutes against Cleveland. Tough defense this season, and then 36 minutes last season against the Warriors. And was that a team that like had no Klay and anybody? Let's see. It was DiVincenzo, Anthony Lamb. All right, so I'm thinking I'm gonna be leaning the over here on this Jordan Poole assist prop. Poole. Yeah, the line's at 5.5 at the books. A little bit of steam on the under though, so I guess that moved backwards. But this is like literally the Sengun thing all over again. I'm on the over. So Jordan Poole over 5 assists. Add it to the tally. I wish we had some more, but we need the news to drop to have a board develop, right? Because we don't even get like Porzingis props, right? Yeah, we can't even we can't make prop bets without the news because we don't have props to bet on. On the other side, Damian Lillard without Jusuf Nurkic, we know his usage through the roof. 30 to 40 real points is not an outlandish expectation tonight. Should this game live up to a decent scoring fest? Let's go back to the on-off court tool. And by the way, you guys mentioned Klay. So Klay went absolutely nuclear. He had one of those Klay days where he just couldn't miss from 3. 12 for 16 from behind the arc. That's just absolutely insane. 40+ real points. Is that an everyday Klay game? No. Is it possible? Sure. This is AK Klay Thompson that we're talking about though. So you're going to need that to flourish. And it does positively correlate with our pool hunch. But understand, Klay Thompson at AK is way more volatile. I think we're a little bit more stuck in our recency bias. But I'm not going to talk you down off of them. I'm going to have some of them. But we might be a little bit game loggy on that. What am I doing here? Oh, Lillard. Let's go Lillard on no Nurkic. Boom, 100+. You guys are the best. Thoughts on Ricky Rubio with Mitchell and Garland? I love Ricky Rubio for value. I think Ricky Rubio would be an instantly better play than Gabe Vincent based on the ownership and metrics. I'm sure Rubio would also become pretty high owned if that news drops with enough time, but I trust Rubio way more than I trust Gabe Vincent. Dame looks tired. I'm tired, boss. 32.6% usage rate for Dame. 1.3-ish fantasy point per minute on both sites. I took Nurkic off. Hello? Been busy with work, 6 days, 85-hour weeks. Dang. You still driving trucks boosted? $85-hour work weeks, man. It's crazy. Be safe. Be safe. Don't fall asleep on me. Yeah, about 1.3. He's still there, chat. You see me. You see this. Let's refresh. Whatever. Damian Lillard, 30+% usage rate. He's gonna score. Likely gonna score 30+ real points if this game stays competitive. Let's go, Lillard. 34.5 is the line tonight. 4.5 threes. So definitely gonna chuck. Him and Simons both might chuck 10+ threes if we're being honest. Simon's at 3.5 3-point made, 22.5 real points. So those are two guys I think we lean on to keep this game competitive. Some of you guys have mentioned throwing Wiggins or whatever on Lillard as a slow down. Well, if you do expect that to impede on Lillard's success, you might lean on a little bit more Anthony Simons. Portland is favored here, so let's not overrate the situation or underrate the situation for Portland. I definitely want to gravitate towards those guys. Drew Eubanks in his front court, 4,200 on DraftKings, getting a solid projection. Him and Watford kind of been interchanging based on foul trouble. Could be a smaller unit opportunity if Golden State creates that need, because we actually saw Looney not start and then Kuminga started. It was just ironic because the game before they said that Looney would be in the starting lineup, but I guess the Curry injury happened. So if they went a little bit smaller, we might see like a Grant at the 5 lineup and I don't know, Nas Little or somebody like that could shake things up here. So lots of moving variables, but I certainly think the Lillard, Simons, Poole, Clay front end interest for me makes the most sense. And then Draymond on DraftKings, I still think has the opportunity to get where we need it to get. 353, where we at here? So I guess if you guys have any lasting suggestions for props, questions, comments, concerns for DFS or anything like that, drop them in chat. We'll try and knock it out in a couple minutes. I'll get you guys out of here and you can be on your way. All I ask is if you are out of here, hit that thumbs up. Darius says I'm a Fortnite player. PS5 though. Me too, Darius. You should link up with me sometime. Twitch.tv/GG_Gundacker. We live every night. $34.5 is high for, yeah, it's very high, but he's been crossing it. I have more of a chance falling asleep to this stream. Okay, that's because you don't know about sports, baby. Okay, welcome to my world. All right, you come in this area. This is Gafford for the win. You like that? All right, Draymond over 8.5 rebounds seems low. All right, so let's go to. So I do think the Looney lineup would impact that. Right, and I guess we should just assume it's the Kuminga lineup. I just pulled this from RotoWire, but they started Kuminga last game against the Thunder, right? Yeah, so I guess Kuminga / Looney would certainly impact Draymond's rebound opportunities, you would think. So your line is 8.5. So just straight up, let's do two things. Green without Curry, 13% total rebound opportunities. Kevin Looney's at 23%. So we take Looney off. And that puts Draymond at 14%. We put Looney specifically on with Draymond. 14 without. You mean Darius Garland? No, somebody else named Darius in chat, right? Somebody else just said that they were a Fortnite player on PS5. I swear it was a Darius. Maybe I'm tripping. Anyway, Draymond goes to 10%. So he loses like 5-6% of total rebound opportunities. So if you're on Draymond rebounds, it means something for Looney to start or not start. And he didn't start last game, so I guess I would expect that to be the situation here. What's the market on Draymond? Minnesota props are gone too. Yeah, it's 0 hour for the trade days. Draymond 8.5 with it's kind of a coin flip both sides. All right. So I probably wouldn't give you an opinion on a Draymond rebound prop this far out, not without a definitive starting lineup for the Warriors, because Looney matters. So I wouldn't feel right telling you one way or the other. It would just be a guess. Hornets front court defense, bottom of the league, right? Yeah, they're absolutely atrocious. It's Darius. Yeah, there's 2 Dariuses. We have 2 Dariuses in chat. Look at that. So hopefully we do get some news developing in the next 2 hours. If we get some Cavs news, like I said, if Mitchell's out and Garland's in, people are gonna flock to Colin or to Karis LeVert, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But remember, Evan Mobley is second in usage in that split, so don't forget about Mobley, and he may not have as much concentrated usage or concentrated ownership as Karis LeVert. So we're waiting on that. We're waiting on all this Wizard news to develop. I just need Kuzma out to feel great about Porzingis. And then Morris and Beal are questionable. If we lose some of them, we could get Denny Avdia, DeLon Wright. DeLon Wright for value, especially. Bag up. Thank you for the sub, man. I hope you're doing all right today. Robert Williams downgraded midday. There's a lot of news. And then a couple floating potential trades, right? So as far as props go, the 2 that we felt the best about, and I'll try to sweep back because we're missing a lot of the board because of news not being out there. But Şengün and Jordan Poole over 5 assists are the 2 that we came away with while we were there, right? I like Jordan Poole 20 and to win. Probably get plus money just straight up taking him to win, huh? PJ Washington, solid defender. Maybe individual, but that really doesn't matter in today's NBA. But they've been getting smoked. The Hornets are one of the most fruitful teams to opposing front courts all year. I appreciate you, Jacob. All right, so chat, tomorrow we may not stream. I don't know. What are we thinking? So tomorrow's a trade deadline, and I think it's only 4 games. So I mean, all the games will be after the trade deadline locks. Maybe we could just shoot the breeze over some trades. I don't know. 3 games within 30 minutes, and then the Lakers game. What are you guys thinking tomorrow? I guess we could stream, but it might get ugly. Yeah, I guess we could stream. Maybe we'll bring Raj's happy butt back and yell at him for an hour. I don't know. How about Eric Gordon assist prop? Let's go see what his assist percentage is before we look at the prop. Eric Gordon. Let's put Jalen Green on the court with him. Şengün. Got to keep the streak. Yeah, y'all been killing it on the 100. I appreciate that. We've also been getting to 300 plus concurrent pretty consistently, and that means a lot to me too, man. You guys are the best. I'll take off KPJ. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the best. The best. The best. Gordon has a 15% assist rate, so that number's so low that I really wouldn't have a dude, is Şengün really a 32% assist rate in this split? That's crazy. So I wouldn't really have an opinion on Gordon's assist prop there. What is it, 2.5, 3.5 on that? 3.5? Yeah, it's apropos, but I don't really have a strong lean there for you. Join Josh as a guest on a trade special. I don't think I could just say, hey, I'm on the... No. But yes, check that out. They do that every year. So I think that would be fun to sweat. I might sit around and chat for that. We'll see. From your Italian buddy in Ohio. Appreciate that. All right. So I guess maybe we'll come back tomorrow. Tomorrow's stream probably gonna be a little bit more laid back then if it's just 4 games. And then Friday it's a big one, right? Eric Gordon fantasy over. All right. Before we do that, I have Eric Gordon at 27.5 fantasy points for PrizePicks scoring, and they have him at 25. I'm barely on the over, but not enough for me to take action on it. It's Eric Gordon. 1Steve726. Thank you for the sub, guys. I appreciate you making part of my afternoon, be part of your afternoon. I really, really do. I'll be in the RunDFS.com premium Discord. Thank you guys for your time. Tell somebody out there that you love them. They probably need to hear it more than you think. I love you guys. Good luck. God bless. Go win some money.